everyone. Welcome back to 3 Questions in 3 Minutes with Martha Soehren. I'm Jennifer Yohe, and I'm happy to have her with me today. And Martha, we'd love to hear a little bit about your career here at Comcast.
It'll be my pleasure, Jennifer. I'll first talk a little bit about what it is I do for Comcast. So I've been the Chief Talent Development Officer for 14 years, and in this role, I have the great opportunity of ensuring that our frontline employees and all of our professional employees, as well as our leaders of people, that they get the skill building and the capability building that they need to be successful in their jobs. And then one really unique piece of my role that I especially like is that I have the opportunity of helping to accelerate the development of our high potentials to ensure that we have a great bench of people who are ready to do the next roles here.
That's awesome, Martha. A lot of people listening don't know you as well as I do, but clearly you've had quite an illustrious career, and you've had to balance a lot of things over those years. Work, family, multiple degrees. I'm not even sure I know how many you have, and would love to hear your viewpoint on how you were able to make that work.
Well, Jennifer, people often ask me, how did I balance that? And I would say to you, I never balanced those 3 things, the work, the family, and the education. But what I did do was I flexed. I flexed around what was really important as I was accomplishing those 3 things. And there were times where I felt like, oh, this is just too much for me. My family is struggling a bit. But what I thought of the entire time was what the end goal was. And that was to do what I could do to advance my career, to support my family, to help my family, and to also be a role model for the family so that they could see the payoff for really putting energy into flexing your life around these 3 very important pillars.
It's just great. How long have you been involved with WICT?
Jennifer, I've been involved with WICT since I first joined Comcast 18 years ago in Southfield, Michigan. And in doing so, out of those 18 years, 10 years have been supporting the national WICT organization, and then also time with the Philly chapter and many other chapters across the enterprise. And so with doing that, as I think about the many benefits that have come to me through that experience, one is that when we think about careers, networking is such a critical element of that. And WICT gives us that opportunity both organically and then in a structured way, meeting really great men and women across our industry, which helps us in stimulating thoughts about our aspirations and our careers and where we might go with that. So I really love the networking piece. I've grown immensely through that. And then 2, there are so many learning opportunities that WICT National, as well as the chapters, that they bring to women and to men. And I want to point that out. It's for women and men. And those learning opportunities come in the form of web-based learning, self-directed learning, learning that is face-to-face, and then 2, with the leadership conference each year. And what I find is that when I participate, here again, I have the networking opportunity, but also grow my own skill set and my own thinking, which is really, really important. And I also serve as one of the faculty in some of the WICT events, which also is very inspiring to me and very rewarding because I benefit as well.
Thank you from somebody who's been involved with WICT for my entire career for everything you do and continue to do for us.
Oh,
really fortunate to have you.
We're in it together.
Yes, we are.
Yes,
we are, and we have been.
Indeed.
So, this is kind of the fun part of the questions. Love to have you tell us something about yourself that most people don't know. For instance, I don't think most people know that you spent a long part of your career in the military.
Right.
But would love you to add to that and just tell us something that people may not know.
All right, so I'm going to build off of that, Jennifer. I started my experience in learning and development, which contributed immensely to where I am now in my career here at Comcast with the Department of Army. And in doing so, one of my roles as a management analyst intern was to go into the classrooms and validate the programs of instruction for our soldiers to ensure that they got the best learning experience. So I did things like ensure that they got the right training with the right instructors to change a radiator on a Humvee, or to administer a DoD polygraph test, or to fire an Abrams tank. And that really started my 30-year career in learning and development. And I don't think a lot of people know that. I think people think I got it through academia because I spent time as an adjunct professor and I have a degree in education and those kinds of things. But it was a beautiful start to a great career that I am still loving and enjoying each and every day. And with all of this, though, if I circle back to where we began this conversation, I have been so strongly influenced by WICT. They've helped me own my thinking, they've helped me with my development, and they've also contributed immensely to how I give back to others. So I love Women in Cable and Telecommunications. I love the national group as well as our Philly chapter and the other chapters.
And we love you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thanks for joining us today for our third segment of 3 questions in 3 minutes. And thank you, Martha, for everything that you do for all of us.
Thank you, Jennifer. My pleasure.